started it.
Oh, you ready?
We're ready. You'll address this camera just as you did last
Is this
time.
still a one shot? I'll still buy. Okay.
All right, everybody. It's Dale Jr. at the Dale Jr. Download Podcast. This is the Ask Junior Live segment on YouTube. Mike Davis's voice. You'll hear that.
Hello.
We also hear
Hello.
Matthew Dillner and Leah Vaughn also in the studio. Thanks for everybody who's tuned in. Tony Stewart was just here as a guest, and you'll be able to hear that on the full podcast later when Matthew gets it out. We're recording a little late today.
It'll be 1 o'clock in the morning at this rate. But
yeah, the podcast is going to be out late because I wasn't able to get here this morning and record on time.
I'll be editing in my Mac Weldons tonight.
TMI.
Jesus goodness. All right, so let's get right to it. We've got some good questions out there, guys.
Yeah, man. People are populating the chat room right now, but we could start with Ryan Holman, who says, do you think we'll soon see the green-white checker become a thing of the past? We've seen it in action for a while now. Is it worth the carnage?
Yeah, the green-white checker's not going anywhere.
Good.
I think that NASCAR is going to do everything they can to try to give the opportunity for a green flag finish. And so the green-white checkered, I think, is, for the most part, quite popular. And there are times when you're going to have a lot of crashing at the end of the race. I think that's the risk you sign up for as a driver and as an owner when you go to the racetrack and load your car up and take it there, that it could get torn up.
What Incarnation chiming in with the pressing question of the day, and she's shaking her head because we know your response here. Do you like potatoes?
Potatoes. I do like potatoes. Why?
I mean, just want to know, how do you prefer your potato?
I like,
I feel like there's more to this.
I know.
What
Where's
are we
this going?
missing?
Is this
What are
setting
we
you up
missing?
for some potato prank?
all right, I
something,
love
maybe?
potatoes.
Did we get a potato sponsor?
Yeah.
What's your favorite kind of potato?
What?
What's your favorite kind of potato?
Like a russet?
Well, like, do you
I like
it,
baked potato.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I like baked potato. Mash is good, man. I mean, that
With
does
that gravy.
That does all the work for you. Gravy, yeah, put some gravy on them potatoes. I don't know where the hell we're going with this.
Yeah, sea gravy. Then.
All right.
Well, Bragger Winter 98 chiming in. We'll say they'll save us right here. Do you ever think you'd want to race at Bowman Gray Stadium?
Want to?
Or won't?
Want to? Would you want to race ever at Bowman Gray?
Oh, all right.
I know you said you haven't been yet.
I want to go to Bowman Gray and watch a race. I do not want to go race there. But I'd love to watch a race there. The history of that racetrack is incredible. Obviously, the energy. I mean, it's packed. 10,000 people get into that racetrack every 17,000.
Wow.
Every single week, this place fills up. And I don't know that there's anything else like it. I know in North Carolina, maybe even in the country, the short track bringing in that many people week in and week out.
All right, Laura Chris says, what rule or regulation would you want to put in place if you could or abolish right now?
Come on, man. I mean, there's so many things that if you could be president of NASCAR, there's a lot of things you'd probably adjust and change. But I would probably, I would probably, I don't know, man. That's such a tough question to answer. And do you guys have anything on?
Yeah, it's not a rule for NASCAR. It's a rule for everybody else to not talk about rules packages every day.
God, okay.
That's my rule.
I was thinking more specifically to the car or something like that. I think that there's so much I would change. I would change everything. I would change it all.
Jeez.
I would probably try to figure out a way to get the cars unsealed from the ground. I like the direction they're going with this new Gen 7 car. Apparently, if it's going to be closer toward the production model, that's a plus. I don't know how close they're going to get, but if they can make the cars look really identical to the production model on the showroom floor, I would love that. Basically, the noses do now, but the back half or the center section of the cars all look the same to me. There's a few character lines here and there, but otherwise, they kind of all look the same. So I would like it to not be that way. Kind of back in the early '90s, you could tell a Ford from a Chevy and all that. I would like to try to get close to that as we possibly could. I like the idea that they're going to a smaller engine but an open motor. This tapered spacer thing, I think, hopefully is just a stopgap till they develop the new.
That new body.
They're going to do the Gen 7 car is going to have a new engine, so hopefully it's a smaller open motor. And I'm looking forward to seeing how all that works out. I would say, my original my answer to that would have been restrictor plates, but that was the last restrictor plate race this
gone.
past
right.
weekend. So I don't know what my answer is after that.
All right, John Douglas said, "What did you think of the 2 Days of Thunder like moves that Ryan Preece made during the race?"
Can I add? I would also like to try to design a narrower tire. There's too much. I think the tire contact patch is too big. Go ahead. What was that?
John Douglas wanted to know, what did you think of the 2 Days of Thunder-esque kind of moves that Ryan Preece made to avoid some of the wrecks?
There's always a driver in the plate races that's going to do what Ryan Preece did, and a lot of it is just quick reaction time, obviously, but also luck of where the cars are spinning and not spinning. But Ryan Preece is a sharp little race car driver, and he's actually going to be driving our car this weekend in Atlanta in the Xfinity Series. So we're going to get to know Ryan Preece quite a bit, really well this year. It's going to be a lot of fun.
All right, Tara wanted to know, did you meet the live PD crew while you're in Daytona? And did you know who they were?
No. Were they at the track?
Yeah, supposedly they were. I mean,
live
PD is pretty badass.
I know. I've watched live PD before. It doesn't. I don't know if it rivals Cops. I always thought Cops Cops is a little bit. I'm a Cops guy. I do like live PD. I know it's very popular, and I'm probably getting
Love that
a lot of crap for liking Cops because.
No, you're not. You're not gonna get it from me.
I think Cops seemed.
You like Cops better, guys?
I like Cops a little better.
Why?
I don't know. I just felt like live PD isn't really live.
What?
Yeah, maybe not live.
Poll question.
We're going to be working her pretty hard here on these
I
polls.
smell a poll
I
question.
smell a poll. Hey, a few people chiming in and wanted to know, how was Disney?
Well, the thing is it'll be like, man, here we are in South Carolina, and it's daylight. And I'm like, well, North Carolina, it's dark. So what's going on here? I'm talking about live PD. Sorry. What was the next
Yeah,
question?
I was like, what about Disney?
Is
North
this
Carolina, there's a Disney now?
Sorry.
North Carolina? I was like, oh, damn. A few people on the chat room wanted to know, how was Disney? I saw you guys took a trip as a family.
Took Isla to Disney. She's 9 months. It's probably a little early, but she still she liked it. We went on 2 rides that she liked, Dumbo and It's a Small World.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. Those were 2 that she liked. We took her on Winnie the Pooh, and I ain't never been on that ride, but we go. So Isla has never been scared before, ever, right? This is not that I know of.
Mm-hmm.
And she's never been in a situation that was scary or have a reason to be scared. So other than getting a little water on her face in the bath. But we go into the Winnie the Pooh, and it's dark. Like, you go through these doors, and it's dark, and I'm like, this is interesting. And then they got Tigger, kind of glow-in-the-dark Tigger, jumping out from all kinds of different places. And Isla's starting to look around at me and Amy going, what is going on? Why are we doing, where are we, and why is this happening? And I'm watching her get scared for the first time, and I'm getting angry.
Boy.
I'm getting, like, mad because I'm like, who thought this was good for kids? They should have said, no babies, or this ain't for babies, you know. She is getting, and she's like, Daddy, yeah, she's reaching for me to save her, and I'm like, man, I kind of like that. I feel bad because I'm like, I'm liking that she wants me to save her.
Yeah.
You know, but at the same time,
You ain't saving her till the ride's over.
I know, but at the same time, I'm sitting here going, I'm mad because this Pooh shit's scaring her, and then I'm like, oh, that's cute.
Greatest quote
Oh,
ever.
it's so cute that she's scared.
Oh, yeah, right.
She wants daddy.
Yeah.
Of course she wants daddy.
Again, take it for a second lap.
But man, I'm thinking, all right, you know, it's gonna lighten up, and there'll be a great, you know, this is gonna be a short period of, you know, scariness, and then it's gonna have a fun ending. Nope, dark and scary all the way to the very. It's over. I'm like, what? I did not know that Pooh, his story is so dark and scary.
It's
Like,
not scary.
Right.
It's not scary.
I don't remember.
My kid didn't get scared on that ride.
How old was she? How old was she?
About that, I don't know. I'm
All right.
just making
Well, you
it
want to
up.
make
I
a
don't know.
competition.
I don't
We'll make it a
wanna-
competition here.
My girls never cried on that ride.
I just couldn't. I was just really
I
surprised.
didn't go on the Pooh one when I went, and thank God I didn't. But
I don't know what else I could add to that other than I was just super surprised it was the way it was.
how'd you like Small World? Because my kid was.
That was that saved the day. It's
Yeah.
it's
Well, it's
Small
an-
World
it's
was the
light.
last ride and she was happy as hell.
Is
Yeah.
that song still stuck in your head?
No.
I love when it gets stuck in my head. I
Yeah.
love that ride. I don't know why.
It's the worst.
Hey, Groat House. Hey, Groat House, man, you're always on these. You're a big Dirty
Yeah.
Mo fan. Check it out. What's the next animal you would like to add to your property? Have you ever
None.
thought about this?
I don't want to add no more animals.
No,
No.
not like a llama or something.
See-
Oh, jeez.
Oh no. See, that was the old me that thought everything was a great idea. That's why that's why the buffalo are there. They just I'm
no,
not
they don't get into anything. You're good.
Yeah, they're hard they're
They don't get in anything
The-
because there's a fence, but
they've
they
broken-
can't get out.
Yeah, they've broken out of the
Yeah.
fence and went miles down the road.
right.
And we found them in neighborhoods in people's front
Right.
yards in the middle of the night.
Get
they're-
that phone
they're-
call.
Yeah, they're a real pain in the butt. But I don't. We don't want any more animals. Amy wants to rescue all of them. But I'm trying to cut back.
Tap the brakes.
I'm trying to cut back. I was like, somebody's like, we got the buffalo from a fan in Daytona, or not in Daytona, but in Florida. They had a buffalo farm, and they came up there to buy a truck from me at the house, and they were like, hey, man, you got nice land here. If you fence some of it in, I'll bring you some buffalo. And I'm like, great idea. Bring them buffalo. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. Why do I need buffalo? So now I got 4 buffalo. They've been there for years. They just hang out. But, yeah. The same thing happened with these longhorn steers. I got 4 longhorn steers
Oh,
that
really?
a fan from Texas gave me. And
Can you ever eat them?
no, why would you want to eat your pets?
Well,
They're pets.
Oh well, okay. If they're pets, you
Oh
don't
my
eat 'em.
gosh.
I mean, longhorn probably. I don't know if that's good steer meat or whatever. I don't know much about the meat industry.
There's
I
pro-
know, but they're pets, dude.
All right. Well,
Okay.
Could be farm animal. I don't know.
You ain't ever been hungry then.
Yeah. well.
Pets start to look good.
All right,
Oh, my
Imelda
God.
chiming in here.
You're live on YouTube.
live on YouTube talking about eating your pets. Asked just a random question for Dale Jr. here. If you ever did one of those escape room adventures, which
Yeah.
I want to know, have you done one first?
No,
of
I
all?
haven't.
Okay. Which current NASCAR driver would you want as your partner, and which one would you absolutely not want?
I would not want Martin Truex Jr. because he's not going to say 2 words during the whole experience. The guy doesn't talk. He only texts with emojis. He doesn't even talk when he texts. So that would be I would be so frustrated, I think, with him.
Are y'all talking about
Escape rooms.
Yeah.
like the one I just did this
Yes.
weekend?
You did one?
You did one?
For my
didn't know
kid's
this.
birthday, yeah. I did
Really?
it for the first time I did it. And it
They're
had
fun.
9 10-year-olds in a room, with 17 locks and trying to and
Oh
I'm
my
going to tell you
gosh.
something.
That's not
It
fun.
was a blast, and I loved it so much that I wanted us to do it.
Well,
I
let's
wanted
do it.
us, like as a team,
Escape rooms are
Dirty Mo
cool, man.
Media, Micah, James, all of us
Mike's
to go.
had a breakthrough. He's
go,
he's
go-
thought
no,
of-
listen, it's fascinating. It is.
Problem solving.
It's problem solving. It's
Yeah.
team building. It's all kinds of stuff.
I'm just surprised he thought about us out of work.
I know I did. I did. No, I really thought it'd be fun. You don't have to go.
I feel
Do you want to go?
Feel honored.
Yes.
I ask him to go to lunch all the time, and he says no.
No, stop. I really think if
But,
y'all
yeah,
want
we
to
should
do it,
go.
let's do it.
I'm putting my
Yeah,
hand
let's
up. I
do it.
want to
This
go.
Let's
escape.
Escape
This
room.
escape
So
room.
let's get back to it though. Who would you not want with you?
Truex.
Okay, who would you want with you?
Probably Truex.
Wait,
Wait,
no.
I don't know. I mean,
Who would you really want with you, and who would you?
I-
We know you don't want Truex. Would there be a good problem solver kind of guy? You think he'd find out these riddles and stuff? That's who you want.
probably Jimmy Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah. 7-time champion.
Who do you think is good at breaking into stuff? This is a good way to find out who you wanted in. All right, so who is
Breaking
that person?
in?
Yeah.
Boyer.
I'm telling. Okay, Boyer would be a good one then.
Why?
But
Why
Boyer's
Boyer?
all over the
because,
place, but
because you're
he's-
having.
Have you seen him break into
Listen,
things? I mean,
it's
seems like a
sort of like
redneck.
Ocean's 11, where everyone has a specialty. If you,
Yep.
because listen, I'm going to tell you something, guys. There's records.
Oh,
There,
yeah.
there's time
Oh, yeah,
records.
yeah.
And now that makes it like you're like, okay, now if I did put a team together, who would I put? Because I'm going to go after the record,
Well,
right?
We did a bunch on the
And-
road,
and so-
and J.J. Alley, Jeremy Clements, Garrett Smithley, Kate Fegley. We all had a big group of us that we
Yeah.
started going to.
You
them on
got to
the
have
road.
a mathematician
Let
to
me tell
get you
you,
an engineer.
Don't bring the driver that 51 in the Xfinity Series, Jeremy Clements, because all he did was scream like he was
Right.
getting murdered the whole time.
really?
Yeah.
He was awful.
Yeah, don't get him.
Well, if you
Awful.
don't enjoy small talk, take Truex. And
Or you. I mean, you and him are
I
both.
talk.
Y'all
He'll
are,
be figuring
the
a
small
riddle,
talk
and he'll be
game.
looking on his phone
My
half
small
the time.
talk game's no good.
Yeah.
He'll be checking his phone half the time.
Yeah. You
Huh.
talk, but you don't small talk.
All right.
People want us to live stream our escape room
Oh
experience.
my God, that would do
On
Well,
numbers.
YouTube.
No, we won't live stream it, but you know what we would do is video it and then
Highlights.
cut a
Okay.
cut a couple videos.
That'd be
It'd be
awesome.
fun.
Any more questions, guys?
Let's wrap it up, man. That was
That was
Live
it.
Ask YouTube
All right.
presented by Nationwide.
I don't know how good that was. I hope everybody enjoyed it. Ask Junior, presented by Nationwide. We'll see you next week.